Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people and thrilled to have you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies here with us today. This is my second attempt at this video. No, I haven't drawn any cards. The reason being is I'm trying not to get soapboxy on you. I was asked after I had done the Myanmar reading to have a look at Somalia as well. So I've done the briefest of research because I don't like any research I do to form any biases. So let me know if I get any of this wrong. But a little bit of a backstory. Kenyan soldiers pulled out of Somalia in 2019. I don't know why the Kenyan soldiers were there. I didn't look into it. But what happened was a power vacuum was formed, into which came Al-Qaeda, which is similar, basically the same as the Al-Qaeda ISIS in Afghanistan. There is a democratic, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, government in Somalia at the moment, backed by the international community. President Hassan Mohammed is the leader of that government at this stage. So horrific civil war happening in Somalia at the moment. 2.6 million people out of a population of 17 million have been displaced due to the civil war, and 8.3 million are at risk due to combination of civil war and the worst drought that they have seen in 40 years. So I'm just going to have a look at the future of Somalia. I'm feeling very heavy energies at the moment. So out of the 17 million people, 11 million are either displaced or at risk of famine. It's just horrific. And okay, thanks guys. I'm just getting a reminder. I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to put it out there anyhow, in that it is incredibly difficult to combat famine and drought and look after the peoples of the country when there's civil war going on, planting crops that are going to be burnt or overrun, or even running the risk of being killed working those crops or taken hostage or whatever. Oh, sorry, prickly scalp. The boys wanted me to say that. I didn't want to say it. Okay, so I am going to have a look at the future of Somalia. I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot because I'm really feeling the need for some positivity in regards to that. And then I'll move on to my intuitive cards. Still waiting for my new deck, my second draft deck to come forward. Okay, splitting the deck, I have an inspirational leader of strength coming forward and the sun. So that is positive going forward. I don't know if this President Hassan Mohammed is the inspirational leader that is required. So basically it's Al-Qaeda forces, ISIS-style forces fighting against the government. Okay, thanks guys. The government forces. Okay, thank you. They're just telling me that as an international community we must continue to support the government forces so that they get paid, so that they don't down their arms and move over. Yeah, actions will have consequences. Financial juggling at the moment, but we also have the Queen of Pentacles, the compassionate Queen of growth, of financial growth, of community, of coming together. But it is also a time of judgment where things need to come together. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So tell me about, show me guys, show me Somalia. I'm not really sure where to go with this. I'm just getting that the international community. Okay. I'm getting that the international community must come together in regards to Somalia, back a democratic government, because this is, it is a key what I was getting was that it's a key country in undertaking genuine positive change in Africa. Does that make sense? So the two cards I'm getting, so if I look in the bottom, is that this is a real karma moment, a destiny moment, where we need to have compassionate strength. However, we still are in a point of choice in regards to that. Show me guys, show me the Somalia. What's happening in Somalia? What do we need to know? What do we need to know about Somalia? What can we do? Oh, so many trigger points in the world at the moment. It's not that there's any more trigger points, it's just we're more consciously aware of them because, okay, thank you, because we are going through this transition period, these okay, thank you guys, these this decay and corruption is coming to, this is what they're telling me to say it as, this decay and corruption is coming to the surface as a festering boil full of, you know what festering boils are full of, and they need to be lanced, is what the boys are telling me. That's what, the reason we're more aware of it is because it's all coming to the surface so that we can see what needs to be done and actually take action. Whew. Okay, Somalia. Show me Somalia, please. Somalia. Thank you. Oh, took me a while to get these cards out. Okay. Oh, here we are again. It is about the choice that we make. It is a choice at this stage, not yet decided about which direction it's going to go in. Challenged by, so we've got the Seven of Swords here. This is the deception, the lies, the betrayal, the win at all cost energy. So that is what is, this is the Al Qaeda energy. This is the guy who killed the crow for no reason, but it's the guy on the battlefield that's picking up the swords of truth while others have thrown theirs down in disgust and walking away. We can't walk away from it. That's what the challenge is. We are at this moment of choice and we cannot walk away from the truth of what it is. It needs to be exposed. Okay, base of this reading needs to be brought into the light and exposed. There are things that are happening that we are not yet aware of on a universal spiritual level. Foundation of this reading, it is about a spiritual shift. Moving from this age of patriarchy into an age of passion. In the past, corruption, despair, out in the cold. Those that are most vulnerable, which are these 11 million out of the 17 million, the most vulnerable are the ones that are hurt the most. However, when you're talking about 11 million at risk out of 17 million, there are more of us than there are them, and we have the choice to pick up that key and put it in the lock and open the door. It's about wakening up out of our apathy and choosing to make the change. Crowning this reading, it's not going to be easy. It's about choosing to walk up these stairs. Obstacles, difficulty can be arduous, but it is very much about choosing to walk up these stairs to what is possible. The world is literally, when I'm doing a personal reading, this is the world is your oyster. Now I know it's the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is the higher authorities, but it is us who put the higher authorities there. We are very much moving at this stage from a trickle down, authorities telling us what to do, to us directing those who make the decisions. This is about the choice to walk up these stairs, take this key, put it in the lock, expose what needs to be exposed, walking up these stairs to this new beginning, to what is possible. Okay, Ace of Wands. Passion, planning, new start, fire energy, huge passionate energy, communication. This is the opportunity for a new start in the immediate future for Somalia. I have no idea where this energy is going to come from. Perhaps someone who is more au fait with that part of the world can help me. I do know in Australia we have quite a significant number of Somalian immigrants and refugees. Beautiful, beautiful people. They, as with most new immigrants and refugees, they have a desire to return home to Somalia. They have come here because it is safe, and if things back home were safe, they would return. And I'm seeing that we are going to move into that space. Okay, well, that was interesting. But it's going to take taking these steps. These are not bad cards. However, externally at the moment, it is an international community. It is about agreements, benefits, contracts. It's about the international community coming together and helping. It is it is an unbalanced energy, this one in the Lovers, as opposed to the Two of Cups. There is a dominant force here. However, I'm actually seeing, if you have a look, she's got hold of his hair and she's the one pulling him down. So we need to be directed by those in Somalia, those 11 million in Somalia, as to what they actually need, as opposed to putting on them what we think they need. Okay, thank you. Internally, Seven of Wands. Having to stepping back and listening is what I'm getting with this. Stepping back and listening to what those on the ground are telling us. It can be defending yourself, the Seven of Wands, but I'm not getting that from this particular card, and the boys are scritching my scalp like you wouldn't believe. It is about listening to those on the ground as part of the international community. Okay, hope and fear, authentic reform. Very much death of what is and the rebirth of something new. Huge authentic reform energy that has to come from within, but supported by the international community, by taking the difficult steps and making it happen. The only bad card here so far is this one, which is the challenge. Okay, the outcome, circles of support, working together. A collective awakening, a coming together, a call to arms, of embracing what needs to be what needs to happen. But this is a collective awakening that will bring about an inevitable ending. And again, another working together card to build a solid foundation, an offer coming forward, boundaries being set up, standing determinedly strong with this message of light, this message of positivity, dreaming. Pigs can fly. As I said, there's 11 million out of the 17 million that are displaced or at risk due to the drought. There are more of you than there are of those that are trying to tear the country apart. Actions and consequences. Having to self-nurture and care. But it is the youth that are going to come forward, walking away from what no longer serves emotionally. And here we have the nurturing of Mother Earth, but the birth of something new on a global scale. The base here is this again. This is the work. This is more of a balance working together than this card. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles, bringing forward the compassion, the security. Okay, things are... There was literally, out of that entire reading, there was only one negative card, and that's this card. But Somalia is at this choice stage. Change has to come from within. Now, I know the fear is that because of this famine, with the drought, because of this displaced persons, that the lure of the Al-Qaeda is strong. I understand that, because that's what's happened in many of these countries. But the choice is within. The choice is to take up the challenge. Okay. I'm seriously getting that this drought can... I'm getting the... Okay. I don't know whether it's in regards to the drought. Okay, thank you. What the boys are showing me is the planting of one tree at a time. Now, whether that's the changing of the attitude of one person at a time into an attitude of strength. Okay, thank you. What they're reminding me of is there's a quote, a saying that goes around that planting a tree is hope for the future, because for it, knowing that it will provide shade in the future, it will provide sustenance in the future. And what I'm seeing is what the boys are showing me is this planting of one tree at a time. But it's not all, it's about and nurturing that tree, giving it the water that it needs, the nutrients that it needs, just enough for it to grow until it becomes independent. So not only planting of the tree is a symbol of planting the hope in one person at a time, but it's also a symbol of bringing the country back from its drought vulnerability. Does that make sense? Because the actual growth of the tree will change the makeup of the area around, of what's around it. It will shade the ground and enable more to come up. It will attract the rains. Okay. It will. So yeah, it's a twofold metaphor that they're showing me. And I split the deck, and it's masculine and feminine coming together and working together. But yeah, that image of the tree, planting the tree, one tree at a time. nurturing that tree as both of a symbol of hope and strength for the future, but also a symbol of changing the dynamics of the land. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the intuition cards and see where it takes us. The intuition cards. Show me, Somalia. Intuition, the cards that we need. Show us the story we need going forward for Somalia. Somalia. I'm really seeing that it will be a pivotal country in the growth of Africa. Has a lot of natural resources, and I'm not talking about fossil fuel resources here. It has potential to be instrumental. Now I have written on these are cards with little writings on the bottom. Some of them don't necessarily agree with the message that's coming forward, because it is very much about the situation you're reading on. So if you ever have these cards in the future, just be aware you can ignore the words, but this is about rebuilding. This is the message for Somalia going forward. Okay, guys, show me going forward for Somalia. Going forward. Sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. I have people working from home today. Turn your volume up. Mine's at maximum here. Somalia, going forward, Somalia. Thank you. Communication. Key for everything. Communication. Accurate, truthful communication to overcome misinformation. Growth is going to bring about growth. It is the communication, but also look at the plant, isn't it? Growing fabulously out of this little pot. Communication, growth of communication, one person at a time, families. Hard work, yes, is the destiny. It is a crossroads moment, and it's going to take bravery to move forward. But communication is the key to the growth and protection of families. It's not going to be easy, but this is going to bring about the destiny of Somalia, which is currently at a crossroads. And it's going to take some brave individuals to decide which path this country is going to take. The chickens and the cowards. Oh, okay. I don't mean this to be all men. The Al-Qaeda is working from a position of fear and cowardice, and they need to be outed, but this is a future not yet written. Actions will have consequences, but it is also about the rebalancing of the energy. Actions having consequences. What have we got here? Sorry, my attention was drawn as I have other people at home. So the key card in this line is the fact that it's not yet written. But this cowardice, patriarchal, my way or the highway, toxic masculinity, and it's not all men. It is a very, very small portion. Needs to be ousted. It's not yet written, the future, as we try and rebalance and move forward, move upwards. But there's an intertwining here that is quite fearful in the rule. I don't know, is there corruption in the current government? Or is this Al-Qaeda rule. Oh, they are ruling by fear. They are ruling by fear, and they are intertwined within the community is what I'm getting. I'm seeing, how do I put this? Like roots going down, but they're not positive planting roots. What are they? They're not snakes or worms or anything like that. So I'm just seeing almost like tentacles, like the Kraken. If you think of Captain Jack Sparrow, they're like Kraken tentacles weaving their way in and disseminating fear about the rule. So this line is about what needs to happen. This rule is about the current fear caused by the Al-Qaeda in that power vacuum. However, here we have the people, the masses, and the feminine energy, bringing forth the massive feminine energy via bringing forth foreign aid, foreign transformation. Happen quickly, stop, the future is the key. Okay, so it is about the feminine uprising via foreign transformation. So perhaps what I'm getting is there's somebody who comes back to that King of Wands and the Strength card. There is somebody who was displaced and went overseas, is going to come back and bring about transformation. And it's very quickly going to bring a halt to what is currently happening into the future, and this person is quite key. I don't know who they are. Oh, they're going to unravel this convoluted, confusing messaging system of government currently. Yeah, they're going to unravel, no down, convoluted. It will take time plus a leap of faith to bring about in what aid is given, what help is given to flip to peace. Okay. We've got subtracting celebration. Oh, we need to subtract the celebration of this angry energy, this small angry energy. That's what I'm saying. There's so many more of us than there are them. And I'm saying us in terms of a Somalian who wants what is best for the country. Sadness, go. It's going to take dollars. It's going to take dollars and unity. Is there corruption in the current government? I don't know. Please let me know. It's going to take money and unity to bring about poverty of the current leadership who is causing this loss. Got the large security, currently under dark clouds. But it is this busy networking via social media. Via social media. Then I have this is my greed card, exposure via social media. So it is these dark clouds over the security, the home and security that's looming large. There's going to be a networking action via social media in regards to this greed, and wealth is going to be exposed, and it's going to bring about this lightning flash moment, and freedom to rebuild. The past seemed empty, but there is abundance as we reach this ending. There is abundance available as we reach the ending of this conflict. There's so much been coming forward here. So much coming forward. Okay. I don't know. Is there corruption in the current government? I know that the Al-Qaeda are in it for power and money. But it's not an easy step. But I am seeing that there is somebody who maybe is currently overseas being educated that is going to come forward and inspire the masses. But boy, they have a mess to undo. It's going to take a lot of bravery. It is a crossroads moment. A lot of hard work for Somalia to move into this new destiny that is for them. But it is via communication. Social media is going to expose it, to bring back strength to the community and family. Okay, thank you for joining me. It is going to take time. I don't have a time limit on it. I think because of that, I'm really drawn to that blank card. It is not yet written. There is a process that needs to go through. It is not yet written, but it is the destiny. Okay, thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Take care.